Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. So today we are going to take a look how many kills you need to actually do to do the summer event and get the Patria CTCV, I think it's called. I did a video like this yesterday to get the SU-25BM, but now we're going to do with ground because it's completely different. It really is. So first of all, achievements, summer extreme, and task for tankers. As you see, we have the multiplayers here. They are very different on the modes, on the basically the game modes, compared to the aircraft ones. As you see, they are very much worse, and you get a lot worse points as well. So yeah, but you see the vehicle ranks, they are the same. So let's just go to the map, and there we can talk a little bit about it. So here we are again in the editor over here, and the planifications that a Google Drive give me, and I actually mounted kind of a system again, just like I did with the aircraft, right? So here we have the amount of mission score. So remember, the mission score, I actually forgot to actually add that thing yesterday, but the mission score is the one that you get inside the game. You know, I actually thought I added the image, but I really forgot to add the image yesterday, so sorry about that. But it is basically the score image that you, or the score that you get inside a match, you know, the mission score. So it's not RP points or anything like that, okay? It's just the inside the game score. So once you get a kill in a ground match, you can get around to 90 points, okay? It varies, because if you get more hits before you actually kill a target, you will get a little bit more. I had ones that I killed a tiger, for example, and I got 280, and then another one that I did that it took like 3 rounds to kill it with a T-72 in a Leopard, I think, or a Challenger, I don't remember, and I got like 300. So it will vary because it depends on the amount of critical hits, it depends on the amount of normal hits. It will increase. If you take longer to kill the target, it will increase a little bit, but it's just a tiny margin. I got a mix between that, so it's not that different as it was with aircraft. You know, aircraft, if you have a hit kill, it's like 30% less points than if you get a proper gun kill with a lot of hits and critical hits, right? With tanks, it's a little bit different. You get the same kind of treatment, but it's way less. You get 10 points more or less, depending if it's a hit kill or not. So not really worth it. And remember, always, it's not really worth it, I mean, to have 2 tables with hit kill and a kill that takes a lot of time, just like I did with the aircraft, right? And of course, have that in mind that assists also happen in a game. I did not add assists over here, and I did not add capturing bases. Why? Because it's not a particularly effective tactic, you know? You will get some bases, you will get some assists, but it's not something that you can voluntarily sometimes get the most amount of points with it, or voluntarily have a tactic that you use this type of thing. It's different from actually killing bases like I did on the aircraft video as well. So just have that in mind, because the only reliable way for us to measure stuff here is actually with kills, because it's tanks, right? So it's a little bit different. But just have that in mind, the bases, assists, all of those stuff will count on this, okay? But yes, kills 290, kind of a middle ground between a hit kill and a kill that you have to work for it. And I tested this with simulator, ground, arcade, with even rank 3 to rank 7. I tested, and it always kind of goes into the same direction, 290 you know, points inside the mission. And then the multipliers will be working on that base score. So you have a 290 inside the game, and after the match is you know, ended, you will get the multiplier for the achievement, for the marks of distinction for the summer event. Okay, so the math that I did here is basically making sure that I multiply every single kill by the multipliers that we have in every single mode and rank, and divide that or divide the 40,000 points that you need total for 1 star into those points, which gives us basically how many kills can basically we need to actually do the whole star, right? Just remember, it is a rough estimation. As I said, if you get a base, if you a capture point, if you get an assist or something like that, obviously these kills will be less. But just remember that kills are one of the most effective ways of doing that. And of course, remember, if you get an aircraft, you will get a lot more points. And yeah, it's just different, okay? Killing aircraft as well gives you less points than this, so it has many variables, okay, many variables. So have that in mind. This is just a rough estimation, and you will notice that it's quite severe. It's quite difficult. It's quite more difficult, in my opinion, than aircraft. So you can see, for example, here with arcade battles, with realistic battles, simulator battles in rank 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which they have the same multiplayer. As you see over here, the difference between arcade and simulator are quite severe. Twice as much, basically. Of course, you can see the multiplier over here, so it makes sense, right? And the RB is kinda in the middle between these two. So it's like 50% less or more, depending on whatever mode you are comparing it to, right? So you can clearly see that arcade is really not advisable, in my opinion. I mean, the game modes from arcade to realistic to simulator even, they're not that different. It's different, it's more different on aircraft, okay? This is my opinion. Obviously, it changes a lot. And in simulator, you will get less kills. I'm pretty sure of it, because you have to find the targets, you have to do all these things. You are quite a lot more, limited in the field of view and stuff like that. So you will be like lacking a little bit. So RB, I think it's still, for the majority of the players, it is the best mode for doing this, because arcade, man, from arcade to realistic, it doesn't change that much. I mean, yeah, of course, if you cannot live without the bullet drop kind of calculation, okay, yeah, fine, or the markers in general, right? But apart from that, it's not that different. Everything else is pretty much the same. Of course, you have the horsepower and I mean, a lot of things are different, don't get me wrong, but I think the gameplay itself is not that different to be worth the 50% more kills that you need to get. For example, here, man, if you have a rank 4 in RB, in AB, you will need to do 50 kills more, man. It's a lot of kills. This translates to 25 kills more each day. It translates to maybe, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 matches, sometimes more. If you're having a fairly okay matches. If you're having very good matches, of course it's less, but imagine that you have to play 5 matches more or 4 matches more. It's a lot, and it's already quite a lot. So the tanks are very hard. I don't know if I'm a bad tanker or something like that, but it feels like a lot of kills, man. For aircraft, it was fairly easy. In like 1-2 hours you can do it each day. It's very okay-ish. But in tanks, I would need to spend, I don't know, 5-6 hours playing the game, I think. Maybe depending on the BR and stuff. I don't know. I'm estimating, I mean, if it's RB rank, let me think, it would be around 10 to 15 matches, man. If each match takes, I don't know, 20 minutes, I mean, it's a long time to actually work. So I don't know, in my opinion, it's a lot of kills that you need already, and in arcade it's just 50% more, that it's not really worth it, I think. It's, if you don't want to play simulator, I get you. In some of these situations, it's not that different. I will be around 50% as well, but a little bit less than 50, but still, you will notice that from simulator to RB, you can really feel the difference. You normally will not get as many kills as in RB. But there's a reason to actually remain in RB and not go to simulator battles. You can see in higher ranks over here, the difference is not that much. It's 20, 30 kills. So yeah, it's quite odd because these ones, the changes were quite weird. But still, doesn't matter. The thing is that I don't know what is happening, and there's no reason for doing this in arcade. I mean, 123 kills in 2 days, man. That's 60 kills per day, basically. Or a little bit less, maybe, because you will do more stuff than just killing targets. But if it's like 45 kills, it's still like, I don't know, man. It's a fairly good amount of kills that you have to get, And if you're not a main tanker, a player that plays tanks all the time, it will be a severe kind of situation. So I don't know. It just feels like it's too much. So I really, like, as I said, I still think RB is the best mode. But if you think you can do it, simulator can be a good option as well. Just because it's twice as much kills that you need in AB to the SB. So it's all right. If you like simulator, yeah, go for it. But I still think for the majority of the players, RB is the safest option. You get 40 to 50% less, basically 50% less kills that you need with a mode that it's not that different. And yeah, it's pretty fun still. To get 8 stars, with the 8 stars, I mean the vehicle itself. If you want to actually sell the vehicle, you will need to have more kills than this. But just for you to actually understand how much it is, how many kills you need, this is how many kills you need to get the vehicle. 1,488 kills in AB, in arcade battles with a rank 3. So I cannot stress you enough of how much difference it is of going in higher tiers and in RB at least. I mean, look at compared to rank 3 to rank 7 and 8 in simulator. I mean, it's a third of the kills. So it's a lot. I gotta say, man, it's a lot. So I don't know. I just feel like it's such a big difference between arcade and SP, and such a big difference between rank 3 and rank 7 and 8, that you need to just go as high as possible. Of course, as I always say, if you are in a rank 5, for example, that is not very good, you're just getting into a rank 5, for example. You're researching a tech tree, and you have a stock grind ahead of you with a tank that you really kind of don't like yet. You don't have the ammunitions, you don't have all sorts of stuff like this. Maybe it's worth it to do a step back and go to a rank 4 that you are spaded, for example, or almost spaded, or at least that you are more, capable with. You are more accustomed to actually playing with it, because this little difference of, 10%, less than 10%, will be divided and probably surpassed by your ability with a tank that it's more capable in your hands, plus having to not just do the stock grind while you do the event, right? So once is actually a small difference between, what do I do? A rank 5 that it's stock or a rank 4 that it's not stock? I mean, I would go for the rank 4. When it's one rank for the other, to the other, it's not that big of a difference. It is worth it. But if it's like, oh my god, I'm researching Swedish tanks for now. I have everything on the USA. I have all the rank 7s in the USA. And forget about this. Of course, we don't have yet rank 8 tanks, but it's just the multiplier thing, right? But anyway, you are researching rank 3s and maybe 4s in the Swedish tanks, for example, and you already have everything for the US in rank 7. What should I do? Should I just continue to grind while I do the event, or should I just ignore that? I think you should ignore it. If you're going to grind a nation that you are a rank 3, but you already have a rank 7, go for the rank 7, man, because you're going to just suffer for no reason. The differences between these two ranks are too big. Look at this. It's like 30 to 40% less. It's like 30% less kills, which means that it's, I mean, 30% more time that you will take, you know. Together that with stock grinds and stuff, I mean, it's already a difficult event if you're going to try to get more than one vehicle. There's no need for you to just, you know, endure the suffering more, I would say. So try to go as higher as possible, having those considerations in mind. Try to go for RB at least. Maybe if you are a very good simulator player, yeah, go for it. But I still think for RB is a more... Unless you are a very veteran player for simulator, I still think that RB is a better option just because of the amount of players, the amount of matches that you get. Simulator has a very good, very bad QE time sometimes. So just for the time itself, RB, I think it's a more safe option. Simulator really isn't a good option in my opinion, compared to aircraft, for example, which I strongly agree that simulator is the best mode. Here, I think RB is the best mode. And just stay away from AB unless you are one of the best AB players out there that gets like the 15 kill matches every single match. Unless you have that, I don't think it's really worth it. Okay, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and here is the math. How many kills technically you need to have to actually complete the event and get the vehicle. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and check it out, the aircraft version that we did yesterday. Bye guys, see ya.